That was Tiny Ruins, and up next, 5 to 1. This week, I chat to Joe Mount of Metronomy on the 10th anniversary of his second album, Nights Out. Joe is actually busy writing a new album right now, so it's actually really cool to catch up with him and reflect a little bit maybe on what came before. So Joe is a really, really funny guy, and he's super lovely, and this is probably one of the most fun interviews that I've ever done. So yeah, sit back and enjoy.
5 to 1, baby. 1 in 5. No one here gets out alive now. You get yours, baby. I'll get mine. Gonna make it, baby, if we try.
Joe, welcome to the Rough Trade podcast.
Hello.
How
Thanks
are
for having me.
You're very welcome. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. So, Nights Out, Metronomy's second LP, released back in 2008.
Yeah.
It's just turned 10.
Yes.
So, a decade of Nights Out.
Yeah.
Does that feel kind of strange?
Yeah, it does. It really does. I mean, I think the strangest thing is that it kind of crept up on me in a way. Like,
Yeah.
I think because it feels like we haven't stopped. Like, it doesn't feel like there's been any kind of opportunity to, like, take stock or something and to look
Sure.
back over the past 10 years. So, yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like the time has gone kind of quickly. And then it's also, like, I guess that's just how long 10 years takes to go by.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I guess I'm kind of, the thing that strikes me, if it's more like if I think about my life 10 years ago compared to my life now, and I think probably like when you're picking like an age, like when you're picking 10 years between you being like 26 and 36, like that's probably like a decade in which like the most stuff can change in your life, apart from maybe when you're like 70 and 80. I mean,
Yeah.
when you start like, but you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot goes on in that kind of period. So I think it's interesting, like listening to it and looking at the pictures around that time and kind of going back.
Yeah. On the Wikipedia page for this record.
Great. Yep. Good research.
There's I was like, I'm just going to have a look on here just to add to my bag of knowledge.
Yeah.
It says that you described it as a half-assed concept album about going out and having a crap time.
Yeah.
Is that still true?
Yeah, it is.
Did you say that even?
I totally said that. And I think that's I mean, I guess that's the thing about being older and thinking about yourself when you're younger, that probably I should have had more. I probably said that about it because I felt a bit self-conscious about the idea of that as a kind of concept or whatever. But in fact, I should have been way more. I should have been like, it's a fully asked concept album. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think basically I was a bit hesitant because I felt like it was a bit pompous or something. But I don't know, like it was, to be honest, like at that time, like when I was between like 20, I don't know, 23, 24, 25, 26, when I was living in London, I was like, all I was experiencing really was going out and having a not particularly good time. So it was a really, like, I was living it. So I think it was quite a kind of, it's probably the only thing I'll ever have the kind of opportunity to like do something creative that like connects with my real life and is kind of touchingly naive enough to be quite open and genuine, you know. So I think now I said that it was half-assed, but it wasn't.
In that sense, then, do you think it's Metronomy's most like personal album to you?
I don't think it is. I don't know, like it's really odd. I mean, I guess it could be. It probably could be actually, and I think, and it's like what I kind of was trying to say, that like when you're that age, everything feels so huge, and like you feel the most grown up you've ever felt, and everything you experience, like any relationship stuff, any like breakup, anything you feel feels like the most real it's ever felt.
Yeah.
And then it's only when you're older that you realize that they were kind of, it was still kind of nice young worries that you had. So it's quite weird to listen to it and to hear like myself at that age and to kind of be able to like access those feelings.
Yeah.
And with 10 years extra life.
Yeah.
To kind of be like, oh, that's nice that you kind of took it all that seriously, and you know, and it's nice that you're out of that, you got something kind of like an album, you know.
Yeah. And something you can look back on, because most of us who aren't songwriters, musicians, or actors, or if we don't even write a diary, what do you really have that you can look back 10 years on?
But then I think that is the quite amazing thing about albums and about, you know, music, is that even though you like, I didn't write like, I'm trying to think like, what didn't I didn't write like oh Inverted World by the Shins or whatever, but like if I listen to it, it'll take me back in the same, you know, like it does the same thing. It kind of, it puts me back in a place, and I guess that's the really nice thing about listening, well, about any music really.
Yeah, like songs can like map your life
completely. Yeah,
basically.
And I think that's the very cool thing now about still being a kind of touring band, like still existing, is that people come to our gigs now who are like, maybe came to like an underage gig in 2008, you know, and they quite often, like, we chat to fans, like, oh, I saw you, like, I don't know, like some random gig in London when I was like 17, and you know what I mean, like, and then like 27 and you're like, wow, that's really kind of, it's really nice, it's special.
Yeah, and that they've grown up.
Yeah, and you haven't disappointed them.
Yeah.
You haven't like just suddenly lost your way completely and been an embarrassing band that they were like once into.
I saw you guys at Primavera in 2017, and you're obviously on the main stage.
Yeah.
And I was like right at the barrier, and I was surrounded by, like, we were screaming. You have thousands
Arcade Fire.
Yeah. I mean, we were there for that too. But no, we were there for you guys. And, you know, got thousands of people screaming, singing along, like from all over Europe and beyond. Yeah. Do you ever get used to that kind of success? Or is it really surprising?
I think it's really odd. Well, Primavera is like a weird example, because in Spain, like, we were never really popular in Spain, or never had people weren't that interested. And then we had this like bonkers 3 a.m. gig at Primavera where it was like, just like, still for all of us in the band, like one of the most memorable gigs we've ever had, like, because we were just knackered from, like, I think we'd come back from America, and we were doing this 3 a.m. gig in Primavera, and like, it was just like thousands of people had come to watch us, and we just had this amazing show. And then since then, like, Primavera have asked us to be kind of like just below Arcade Fire on the main stage, which is kind of bonkers, you know. And so I think we haven't got used to it, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, I think you do. I guess if it becomes quite normal, you do, but like it's not normal for us. So, like, I mean, it's like, the weird thing is it becomes normal in like random places. So it's kind of like, it feels a bit normal now in Spain, and it feels a bit normal in like Mexico. Yeah. Like, it feels normal in these places where you're just like, it shouldn't ever feel normal. It doesn't really feel normal.
Yeah. That's exciting though, and you guys totally pulled it off. Could have fooled me.
Thanks very much.
It was so fun. I loved it. The anniversary edition is a green double vinyl.
Yeah.
And anyone who buys it at Rough Trade gets an exclusive mix CD, which is...
Oh yeah, that was out with the original thing. Yeah.
Remixed some Gorillaz tracks, Sebastian Tellier, Roots Maneuver, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So thanks.
That was the... I think that was done especially for Rough Trade when it came out, if I'm not mistaken.
Possibly, yes, hence probably why we're...
I think that, yeah. But that was something, because at the time when I was doing Nights Out, there were like... I was doing tons of remixes, and I think for a lot of people, they didn't know Metronomy was like a thing before I was remixing. But anyway, it was quite a nice opportunity to put the remixes on a kind of compilation, and I still like to do that kind of as a proper thing one day to kind of put all of that stuff together. But for now, you'll just have to go to Rough Trade and buy it.
Indeed. Come to Rough Trade and buy it. Just before we finish, could you pick a track from Nights Out that we can play?
I think for me, I would pick perhaps like Night's intro.
Okay.
The first track of the album.
Nice.
I mean, like, it's not the most catchy, but it's quite atmospheric. I like, yeah. That's where I'm at. That's where my head's at the moment.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll play that. And do you say new music's coming this year or soon?
I literally just tried to deliver like a triple album to the record label.
Oh my God.
We'll see what happens.
Exciting. Cool. Well, Joe, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. And
thank you.
Good luck for the rest of the year.
Cheers.
And see you soon. Big thanks to Joe. The Nights Out anniversary edition comes out this Friday on double green vinyl with that amazing Rough Trade exclusive mix CD, so definitely one worth exploring if you're new to Metronomy's earlier stuff, but equally, if you're a diehard fan, don't miss that. So events this week, and I want to bring to your attention a rather amazing secondhand pop-up series that we're launching at Rough Trade Nottingham throughout February with thousands of rarities and hidden gems on vinyl. The first weekend, which is from this Friday, focuses on a selection of highlights and rarities from across the catalogue. Then the second weekend, we will be selling hundreds of essentials, and our final weekend of secondhand vinyl will be a single special devoted to 7-inch and 12-inch. So all three events will run Friday to Sunday each weekend from this coming Friday. And also our cafe bar will be open to reward all that thirsty work. This is a seriously exciting venture for us. We can't wait to invite you in to see all of the treasure that we've kind of gathered together to offer to you. It's pretty impressive. More details can be found on our event pages, on our website, but I'll try and stick a reminder in the next couple of shows too so that you don't miss out. For anybody who can't make it to Nottingham, stay tuned as we're aiming to introduce used vinyl to all of our shops this year. If you're local to Rough Trade NYC, though, you can already find a really nice selection of secondhand vinyl in store. So got a great competition for you this week, courtesy of the lovely people at Red Rooster Festival. Up for grabs is a pair of tickets to the festival weekend this 30th of May to the 1st of June. So for those who don't know Red Rooster Festival, they curate an awesome event celebrating the finest R&B, Americana, soul, blues, roots and country music. And this year the lineup includes the Budos Band, Nick Lowe and Lost Straitjackets, the Black Eyed Dogs, feat. Ethan Johns, and many, many more. Cedric Burnside is also due to appear, and you can actually get a little preview of him as he'll be live in store at Rough Trade East next Tuesday. So to enter to win this amazing prize, you just simply need to email access@roughtrade.com with the subject line Rooster before midday next Tuesday, the 12th of February. So I'll stick the info for you in the show notes in case you missed any of these details. But yeah, best of luck. So Catfish and the Bottlemen return in April with The Balance, which is their third album following 2016's The Ride. It's up for pre-order now, and get a taster with this new single. It's called Long Shot.
Go ahead and tell me you got all you want. Fiverr says you're wrong, and I suppose you've come down to help me move things along. And we lapped it up and we're wise enough to know how it goes. Forgive me, honey, but we're wise enough to know how it goes. Forgive me, honey, 'cause we know this feeling all a little too well. Listen, the distance between us could have took a while. Once we close that difference, you turn up like a friend of mine. Every once in a while, the little things make me smile as if one of our long shots paid off. One of our long shots paid off. So yeah, go ahead and tell me something real. Come on out your feel. And I suppose you've come down to help me add to the real, to the real. Why we laughed it up and we're wise enough, who knows how it goes. Forgive me, honey, but we're wise enough to know how it goes. Forgive me, honey, 'cause we know this feeling all a little too well. Listen, the distance between us could have took a while. Once we close that difference, you turn up like a friend of mine. Every once in a while, the little things make me smile as if one of our long shots paid off. One of our long shots paid off. And it's by the by, if it makes those nights fine, we're side by side again. And now we're all careless and loved up. You know exactly how it goes. When you're giving us all kind of reason for the head to go. Follow the heart I believe in, 'cause one of us must know. When you're giving us all kind of reason for the head to go. Follow the heart I believe in, 'cause in the past it's done me good. So good, so good, so good. Listen, the distance between us could have took a while. Once we close that difference, you turn up like a friend of mine. Every once in a while, the little things make me smile as if one of our long shots paid off. Listen, the distance between us could have took a while. Once we close that difference, you turn up like a friend of mine. Every once in a while, the little things make me smile as if one of our long shots paid off. One of our long shots paid
So that was Catfish, and this is the end of the show. Now, for anybody wondering what happened to the little throwback feature I introduced a couple of episodes back, it's still very much in the works, but basically I need a bit more time to kind of properly prep it. And actually Sam from Rough Trade Nottingham, who you might recall from a few shows towards the end of last year, is going to join me on the show in a couple of weeks' time. So I figured that would be a great opportunity to rifle through the old mags and pull out some really good content. It's still very much a feature that I want to include in our edit going forward, so I just kind of wanted to update you on that and let you know that it's not been forgotten. So to close out today's show, I've got an amazing new song from Jenny Lewis, who is back with a new album On The Line this March. It features a host of amazing guests, including Beck, Ryan Adams and Ringo Starr. This is the first single off it. It's called Red Bull and Hennessy, and it is such a tune. Now, does anybody remember that Canadian cartoon, The Raccoons, that had that really, really cool intro music? I think the song was called Run With Us. I'm not sure who it was by, but it's really, really 80s. But for some reason, this Jenny Lewis song just really reminds me of that tune, but just with a slight country twist. I don't know, I might be totally off, but I guess we all hear things kind of differently. Either way, it's really, really great, and if I were you, I'd go pre-order the album as soon as you heard this, because it's just infectious. So yeah, this will be Jenny Lewis. Thank you very much for listening. Chuck us a review or rating on iTunes if you've enjoyed the show today, and I will see you next week for Albums of the Month. Bye!
Rough Trade Radio. Reviews and subscriptions help to support what we do, so if you like what you hear, then please rate us on iTunes.